Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of, this is for the next 6 months, June through December of 2025. You have this nightingale spirit, it says love is all around. You have a squirrel spirit, it says believe in yourself. Yeah, I definitely feel Sag is one of the signs that needs to believe in themselves a lot more at this time. Although, again, I think this is for good reasons. It's like you need to believe that you can accomplish things and do things. The Nightingale, I have another deck, the Tarot of the Wild Unknown Animal Oracle. And in that deck, the Nightingale is like a tiny little bird, and it's sitting on this like gigantic egg. And the Nightingale, it kind of represents the fact that you can accomplish a lot more than you think you can. And I feel that for you, Sagittarius. Like, you probably could be accomplishing, or you probably could be more successful than you think. And I think you need to believe in yourself more. There's another deck, I can't remember, with a Nightingale, and it kind of says like, be fierce, be bold, or something like that with the Nightingale. So, it might be time for you to like be fierce, be bold, really go for what you want. You have the Ace of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Two of Wands. This looks very good for money. You have the Ten of Pentacles as well, and the Three of Pentacles. So we're only just getting started, and you already have these good money cards. The Ace of Pentacles could be like a big opportunity for you to make more money. Now, with the Three of Pentacles, this would be through putting your work on display. So a lot of you could be doing things to put your work out into the world, and that could be where the success is coming from. And I would definitely do that with the Three of Pentacles. I would be doing things to show off. Whatever it is that you do, I would be using your skills in a bigger way, because I think that it could lead to a lot more success with the Ace of Pentacles, and that's what I'd be doing. You could also be attracting a big opportunity, because we have the Magician pointing down to the Six of Cups to the Ten of Pentacles. This could literally say that you are attracting an opportunity that is like a gift from the universe. The Six of Cups sometimes is a gift from the universe, and usually the gift we receive from the Six of Cups is like a turnaround, meaning we've been bumping up against an obstacle, and then when we get the Six of Cups, the obstacle is being removed. So a lot of you could be removing obstacles. You have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands can represent like marriage or commitment. So a lot of you could be getting an opportunity for love. The summer is very good for love. So if you want love, there's like clearly an opportunity for you to attract new love into your life with the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands can just be your commitment to anything as well. So if you are like working on a new project or new business or starting something new, this could be you making a much deeper commitment to something, or giving something like 110% with that Ace of Pentacles. And, that's kind of what I feel here with the Four of Wands, is that you could be making a much deeper commitment to an opportunity that's coming into your life. And I think that will be a good thing for you here, Sag, of course, with the Four of Wands. So if you're committing to an opportunity, this is great. The other thing is that this could be more freedom coming in for you, and you have the Two of Wands. So the Four of Wands wants us to set ourselves free. The Four of Wands is like a finish line card. We have to cross through the finish line here and celebrate on the other side. The Two of Wands is kind of about getting out of a comfort zone. It's a good card. It's a card of making progress, card of foresight. It's a card of leaving a comfort zone. But, again, that's kind of like what we have to do to be successful with the Two of Wands, is we have to take the lead in our own life. And we have to get out into the world and experience new things. And I feel like I say this to you all the time now. So it's definitely time for you to like have new experiences, do things you've never done before. That's where the growth with the the Two of Wands and the Four of Wands, that's where the growth is going to come from. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Tower. This could be a good thing. I mean, it could be a surprise opportunity that's coming in for you. I also think that Sag has had Tower moments, like in work or business or career. And this could be you finally getting an opportunity after a Tower moment that you've had. So if you have had a Tower moment, I think a lot of you could be finally, kind of like getting that opportunity to be successful with the Tower. With the Four of Wands, you have the High Priestess. The High Priestess says you need to trust your intuition at this time. So I feel for a lot of you that this is about trusting your intuition and listening to your like inner voice. She also needs to believe in her potential. She has no roof over her head, and the fact that she has no roof over her head says that she has unlimited potential. There are unlimited things that she can accomplish if she sets her mind to it. And so I think you really have to like set your mind to things at this time with the High Priestess. I think you really have to kind of believe that something is possible. The no roof over her head represents the fact that she has unlimited potential. There's nothing that can stop how much she can accomplish. So, it's definitely time to go for it. With the Two of Wands, you have the Nine of Swords. Yeah, it's like the fear of letting go of the past. I think all fire signs are feeling this right now. Like, oh, if I let go of my old story, then, I'm going to miss out on everything. But really, you're not. I mean, to me, this is very obvious, astrological energy that's going on for all fire signs. So, I wouldn't worry too much about releasing things that you no longer need. I wouldn't worry too much about releasing things from the past either. With the Nine of Swords, because really it's going to be very beneficial for you. And so I would make sure that you're releasing the past. Next, you have this Inner Goddess card. It says, express your divine feminine energy and loving wisdom will transform your life. You have this Overcoming Challenges. It says, a triumph will bring great changes. Let yourself be open to victory. Yes, there could be a big victory coming in for you here, Sag, and you need to allow it. This is coming up in the area of what's coming in for you. So there clearly could be a victory over some like sort of limitation or something that's been holding you back for a very long period of time. And again, I think that for a lot of you, this could be a past tower moment because of the tower, but it's like you're finally getting the new opportunity that removes that tower moment from your life. You have the Magician, the Eight of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. The Magician is about manifesting your own reality. Now, I think what Sag needs to pay attention to is the tools that they're using. He has mastery over all the suits in the tarot in front of him, and those are all the ace versions of the suits. So he just needs to look at the tools he is using for his job, and he just needs to make sure he's using the right tool for the job. So, it's like maybe you're trying to build a business and you're using your cups, maybe you're using your emotions, but maybe you need to use more of your creativity, And so the Magician sometimes I think is saying to change your situation, you just have to look at the tools that you're using and try some of the other tools and see what happens. The Magician also says you are becoming a different person, and all fire signs I think are changing in some way. And again, it's not saying that you aren't going to be who you are. It's just saying that you could be making changes in your life that are kind of leveling you up or making you stand out in a different way. This is a card of reinvention, and he has a snake wrapped around his waist, which is the Ouroboros. And that snake around the waist really wants him to reinvent himself. That snake really wants him to do things differently or kind of like approach things in a different way. And I think that will be very important for you with the Magician. You have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is walking away from things that no longer serve you. And again, I think that there is like a part of your story that you're walking away from. This is much bigger than just like one little thing is what I feel with Eight of Cups. Like I think you are, again, like walking away from a story or, it could be like something like a job that you feel is part of your identity. The thing about the Magician is that we are changing our identity. And sometimes we make things like our job or our career part of our identity. And, that's really what I'm getting off this Eight of Cups is that, you are like a new identity would serve you better. And I almost feel that you are just changing who you are. But again, it's not like, sometimes I think people take that the wrong way. I'm not saying that you're going to be like a completely different person. I think you're becoming the type of person that can have, the Ten of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles showing up at the end of the reading. It's like you are just stepping into a different energy of yourself or like a different expression of yourself. And, the funny thing is that this is one of the only cards in the tarot with an eclipse on it right here. And we are in between eclipses. So, sometimes we make these faded changes during eclipses and like changing our identity and things like that. So, like I said, it makes perfect sense. You have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, the Queen of Cups is like a really good energy for you to focus on. Queen of Cups is following your heart. So I think it would be an amazing time to make sure that you are listening to and following what your heart is telling you to do at this time. And, that's pretty much what I would do with the Queen of Cups is follow your heart, whatever your heart is telling you to do. Because, again, that is probably like the identity that you're moving towards is a heart-based identity like everybody else. And obviously that would be a good thing with the Queen of Cups. With the Magician, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is about resourcefulness. Magician is about resourcefulness. Again, he needs to make sure that he's using the right tool for the job. And so the Queen of Pentacles, she starts things, And she might not necessarily have the money or the wisdom, but she kind of does what she can with what she's got. And I think a lot of you need to do that. I'm also getting something about making big leaps in your finances. So I would definitely say over the next 6 months, you could notice a lot of improvements in your finances. I mean, the Magician is literally pointing down to the 10 of Pentacles here, which is amazing. You definitely could be making a lot of improvements in your finances. With the 8 of Cups, you have the 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords is about walking away from things that no longer serve you. It's about cutting things out. Pretty much everything we said on that 8 of Cups. The 5 of Swords is doing this. This guy here, he is walking away the winner. So he is walking away from things to win or to have some sort of win. We look at the 5 of Swords as a challenging card because he's winning. He's trying to win at all cost. And, we don't necessarily look at that as a good thing. But, I think for you, it is a good thing. I think you could be winning in life or you're putting yourself in a winning position. With the Queen of Cups, you have the 7 of Swords. Yes, everything I said on the Magician, you're going to have to find other ways of doing things. 7 of Swords, he is sneaking away from that army in the background with these swords. He is stealing the swords so that he doesn't have to go to war. So he is going to war in a different way. The Magician says there's like a million ways that you can accomplish your goals, but you have to be open to other ways of accomplishing your goals, basically. And, that's what I would be doing with that Magician card, is staying open to all ways of doing things, because I think that's what's going to lead you to the most success. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Enlightenment card and this Wonders card. Yeah, I think you need to be enlightened to what you can accomplish. That Wonders card always reminds me of an iceberg. The Wonders card that you see like part of the crystal down here and there's more poking through the other side. And so I think a lot of you need to realize, like I said, with that Nightingale spirit, that there is more than you think possible that you can accomplish. And I think you need to go and try to accomplish hard things is kind of what this is encouraging you to do. And if you do that, you will probably be very successful. So don't be afraid to try to go accomplish hard things, is what I feel like this is saying. And again, you could be being enlightened as to like what to do. You have the 4 Swords, 6 of Cups, and the 4 of Cups. 4 Swords is like resting, relaxing, recovering, or healing. So I think a lot of you could be healing from things that have been holding you back for a very long period of time. He is also hoping and praying for blessings. There's a person who's blessing another person right here. And so a lot of you could finally be getting like a gift from the universe. You have the 6 of Cups, which is, kind of a gift from the universe. We'll talk about it in a minute. But I think that you need to ask for what you want as well. You have the 6 of Cups. Again, 6 of Cups can represent innocence and nostalgia, thinking about the past. It can represent your inner child as well. But the 6 of Cups can be like a turnaround. It can be a gift from the universe. And usually the gift we receive from the 6 of Cups is that we can be bumping up against an obstacle. And then when we get the 6 of Cups, we overcome that obstacle in some way. And so a lot of you could be overcoming obstacles with this 6 of Cups or getting that gift from the universe. I also do feel love here. It's not really a love reading. None of these readings have really been love readings, which is kind of funny because the summer is very good for love. But I do feel love here. If you want love, this could be a very strong connection that you are attracting into your life, or you could be just attracting a new connection. You have the 4 Cups. It's like you are finally getting what you've been asking for, but you might be doubting it. He's not accepting this cup into his life because he's been disappointed 3 times before. But he needs to accept this cup because that cup could be different. It could go a different way than he thinks, and he needs to realize that. He also needs to realize that he has all the ingredients for success. I always say it's like if he was trying to manifest a cake, he's manifested like the flour, the sugar, the eggs, but he just needs to mix all this together and pop it in the oven, and he will have his cake. So it's kind of like you have manifested the ingredients of success into your life, but you need to use them in the right way to be very successful. With the 4 Swords, you have the 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like, he is wondering, is it worth it to keep working on what I've been working on, or is there something different that I could be doing with my time? And so a lot of you could be wondering, like, if there is something different that you could be doing with your time, or if there's something you should be doing that's different with the 7 of Pentacles. Again, he needs to make a change in direction. So he's been putting his work into these 7 Pentacles, but he needs to move in a different way to find success. And so it's almost like you've gotten everything you can out of your current situation. Again, if you're wondering, like, why did I lose that job? Why did I lose that relationship or whatever? This could say, well, you learned as much as you could from it, and now it's time for something new. With the Six of Cups, you have the Devil. I would be careful of thinking about the past too much. We do have Mercury retrograde in July, and so I would be careful of any past memories or past people during that time. We do also have Saturn and Aries. Saturn has changed signs, and it will retrograde back into Pisces, but I think for a lot of us that we just need to be more disciplined on the things that we're getting started on. We also have a lot of cleansing energy, I would say, the rest of the year. So the Devil can definitely say that, the Six of Cups is about overcoming obstacles. So obviously, if there's something toxic in your life that's creating an obstacle, I would remove it because that will make your life easier. And that's that's the whole point of the Devil. With the Four of Cups, you have the Death card. Yeah, there could be some sort of transition or change coming in for you, of course. You could be making big changes at this time with the Death card. The Death card can also represent seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. He has this white rose on this banner here, and the white rose on the banner represents like that pinprick of light in the darkness that sets you free. And so a lot of you could be being set free at this time, or you could be seeing things that could set you free in your life. And I feel you need to move towards those things that can set you free. And, that's what I would do with the Death card. The King is dead right here. And the King being dead on this card says that some sort of establishment in your life has fallen apart, which we already know because we have the Tower down to the Death card. And, I think the Tower could be like a job loss or something that you've lost in the past. And it's like you need to release whatever that is to find success in the future. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Healer card. It says you are able to provide great comfort and support to those who are on a healing journey, whether their pain is physical, emotional, or spiritual. You have this Entitlement card. It says, what do you believe that you deserve? Why do you believe you deserve benefits and privileges that you haven't earned or worked for? I don't think this is a problem. This is coming up in the good stuff, so clearly you have earned some things, and you could be getting those things now, or you're doing the things with the Three of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles to get the things that you think you're entitled to, but I actually think you are. It's like, the whole reading says you've earned it, but now it's like time to put the work in to prove that you've earned something. The Healer card, I kind of feel this is personal healing with the Devil, so you could be going through like a personal healing journey. You have the Three of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Ten of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. So, anything you can do to work with other people would be very beneficial. He's also putting his work on display, which I think would be a very good thing for Sagittarius. The things that you say you can do, do them and show them off, because that's where you will get your benefits over the next many months, is by showing your work or putting your work on display. And, that's what I would do here. You have the Moon. The Moon in the good stuff can represent clarity. So you could finally be getting clarity on things that haven't been immediately clear to you. So if you've been stuck or haven't been getting clarity in your life, you could finally be understanding things that you haven't been understanding. Or you could finally be getting clarity on those things that you haven't understood. And of course, I think that's a good thing with the Moon card. The Moon card can also say that you're seeing something through to the end in the good stuff. So I really like the Moon card in the good stuff because it kind of says you're at the end of this long journey. The Fool goes from here to these mountains, and when he gets to those mountains, the sun comes up. So for a lot of you, you could be wrapping some big part of your journey up. You have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. I always say that the Ten of Pentacles is something that we will work on forever. It's building, leaving a legacy, so it's something that you will be putting energy into for a long time. And I think that a lot of you could be working on building, leaving a legacy, or you could be working on building something important in your life. And that's basically what I would do with this card is, don't be afraid to build something important. Don't be afraid to create something that's important in your life, because I think working on like a big picture project or just working on your life in general could lead you towards the Ten of Pentacles, which would be amazing. Because again, Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, a lot of people have had the Four of Pentacles actually in the last row, which is kind of weird. But Four of Pentacles in the good stuff can say you are building security, or you're creating the financial security you desire in your life. This whole entire reading kind of just, it's very simple as always, Sag. And I think that you are just creating financial security. With the Moon, you have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is about following your heart. And so I think that a lot of you need to follow your heart at this time. She has this big cup in front of her, and that cup kind of represents the fact that she values her heart above all else. And so I think you need to listen to what your heart is guiding you towards at this time. And it's just that simple. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Three of Cups. Yes, other people. Three of Cups is celebration, happiness. These three ladies are celebrating this harvest that's going on around them. And so you have the Ten of Pentacles. You definitely could be celebrating a harvest or celebrating, a big success that you're having at this time. And, I would keep doing that, whatever it is. You have this Feather card. It says someone you know is undependable and insincere. We still have Mars in Leo. Mars went retrograde in Leo. Mars has been in Leo, for an extended period of time. So I think that during Mars retrograde years, even though Mars is not retrograde anymore, it's still in the sign that it went retrograde in. So we have to pay attention and not be around undependable people. You have this Gong card. It says an exciting event. Yes, there could be a lot of excitement, good things coming in. Again, Tower and the Ace of Pentacles could be a good thing. It could be an exciting opportunity. It could be a big opportunity that takes you to the next level. You have the Sunrise card. It says new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. Yep, definitely could be a fresh start. I mean, all the energy in Aries is encouraging everyone to have some sort of fresh start in their life. So, that makes perfect sense. You have this Broom card. It says new home, new attitude. So you could be making moves. I always say with this card, we don't have to move to make this happen. We could just make changes to our environment, the people we surround ourselves with, the energy that we're in. And again, if we do that, we could be creating that change. You have this Forest card. It says muddled, unclear thinking. I would just slow things down and make sure that you are thinking clearly at this time. It's a pretty good, again, I think things will be very clear this summer, but there are little things, we have Neptune square Jupiter coming up on June 18th. That's when it will be direct. That's when it will be exact, I should say. And, that could bring up a little confusion about what you're accomplishing or what you're trying to accomplish. But, as long as you slow things down and things through, you will be fine. But pretty simple stuff here, Sag. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your next 6 months.